Teo, it's worse than changing. It's dying. It's not changing. It changes. It's dying. Networks are dropping the sport. You talk about DAZN cut the boxing budget. Showtime drop boxing. Amazon's deal with PBC is not going to include the production costs and everything else. They're giving them a deal where PBC has to pay among themselves a lot of the stuff. So the budgets are being cut everywhere.
And Al Heyman has to go out of his way and grab the money that he never thought he would have to grab from the Mayweather fights, and now got to invest that on there.
See, but Teo, that goes back to the question about Saudi Arabia. If they're willing to put the money up to make these fights happen, if that's the only way it's going to happen, then shouldn't it happen?
It's fine if it happens, but we also need to have a little bit of leverage where we are able to transition it to different countries, not just in Saudi, not in just the Middle East.
Well, you know, they love they love where they're from. They like to bring the
I get it, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. This is great that they understand that what's going, but they waited for this moment. Come on. These men are intelligent, genius, intellectual. When you talk to them, if you don't got that high vocabulary or IQ, you're dumb. You're dumb.
You're rejected.
Yeah, rejected. Yeah.
You're rejected. You're rejected.
Reject. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me now at 26, I have a huge purpose here. How do we fix it? Well, bring a lot of these young guys, man, to my side. Bring a lot of them to Saudi if needed. I think that they already are on that, you know. What is it, Riyadh season and stuff like that? Yeah. Riyadh season. And right now they're doing the heavyweights, you know, which is awesome, you know. And everybody's going to take these and try to flip it and try to burn me more you can't burn me, man. And they can't blacklist me. I've been blacklisted after I beat Lomachenko. So it doesn't affect me. But what it is affecting is not just the origin of the sport of boxing. It's affecting the young kids that actually want to turn their lives and change their lives to a better future. And it's kind of sad, man.
George, you got something.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Teo, is your plan, I know you talked about getting that triple crown, 135, 140, 147. Do you want to become maybe undisputed at 140 first? That means having to fight the likes of a Haney or a Matthias before you move up to 147, or what's kind of the plan with that?
No, I see. Unofficially, I've became a two-time first male.
Right.
And it's sad the way it's got to be, the way it has to be. And I know they're gonna try to put these other guys in front of me to not get that triple crown. But I'm gonna tell you guys something, gentlemen. It's the fact that I did all this in that amongst the time, and they've hit it under the cover and said, no, we cannot show people that this is the guy because we don't control him. We can't control Teofimo. We can't tell him to sit down when we want him to. We can't tell him to go out his way and do this. No, because I'm my own man. The only person that controls Teofimo, and he doesn't even do that, is, you know, the Lord.
You got fireworks going on behind. Look at that. He's setting off fireworks with his words.
That's how true it is.
Hold it down, Teo.
So when it comes to all this stuff, man, it's like it's why did it have to get to the point where now they have to control us like on chains? I mean, when they do record deals and signing rappers, they put on a chain. They got them on a leash. I mean, we buying our own chains for crying out loud. And I got to express this the best way I can. Boxing is not that. Boxing is the best fighting the best. That's their own man. And it's the toughest sport in the world to this day. So why we have all these other men coming in across over here on our world and think that they could do the same? Why? They can't control me. Okay, that's fine. You're not supposed to. God does. And even he doesn't. He gives me free will. Yeah. So when it came to all this stuff, man, I look at it like, yeah, we are in the brink of a hard time. ProBox TV, I see you guys putting the best fights, whether it's at the mid-range, whether it's at mid-high range, it's not going low. And that's what I like. That's what I like, because you let the fighters get that experience already. When did this become a thing where it's like, oh, I am the best, but give me like 10 fights and then I'll show you I'm the best. No, if you say you're the best fighter, then you fight the best right away. Is it not true? Then that means this is how I know why he doesn't have confidence. This is how I know Devin Haney doesn't have confidence. This is how I know, because when the times came to the rough tables, they went the other way. That means they don't have confidence within who? Themselves. And we all know, Paulie, this is a mental game. And if you don't got confidence in you, then you got nothing.
Well, that's
you got nothing.
That's the thing.
That's why we are called the Takeover, and that's why I'm converting myself now to Takeover Sports. I'm gonna be the person that is the door for boxing. That's my goal, is to work so hard from all this time. I did from a quarter of my life. I sealed my legacy. I'm inducted in the Hall of Fame. Boom. Now what do I do from 26 to 49? Well, we're gonna see. This year is my year to develop a huge difference. I'm getting fighters signed to Top Rank, and I'm not even going to charge them. You know why? Give them the opportunity. Let them get that platform for now. Let them go out their way and just do this and do that. We'll go to ProBox TV if needed. I'm not going to burn none of my bridges, and I want to just help these guys because I know what I could do. I'm going to definitely make those millions. I'm going to make the 9-figure check. I promise you. A lot of people don't want to invest in me just yet because they think that the George Kambosos re-up is coming. They think that George Kambosos' situation is going to come again against Jermaine Ortiz. I already know that. I got investors, yet they're not going to put their money in like they did before because they don't want to flop.
Teo, to your point about confidence, I want to go back to Bud Crawford because you challenged the number one fighter in the sport right now, Bud Crawford.
And they trying to save him.
You challenge him to a fight. But let's talk about that because you ripped his resume. You ripped his resume at 147. Said because all those guys were hurt.
It's the truth.
Tell me about that and tell me about why you challenged him.
Why I challenged him? Because I'm the better fighter. I'm great. They never faced a fighter like me, ever. Look at Josh Taylor. Didn't even know what I did the moment I pulled up to George Foreman. Man, my man froze. He said, "Who could catch a hook or a jab and throw the same punch at the same time?" You know what I'm saying? I'm not even in my prime, son. I'm not even in my prime. I'm 26. I'm a baby in the boxing. The boxing gods are like, yo, Teofimo about to cook, man. He about to eat everybody because I'm gonna tell you something. Look at all of them. They all are friends. All of them. Terrence Crawford, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis. We keep going. You know, Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather. Everybody's friends. Everybody's a group. Everybody got their own clique. And it's like, man, y'all some hoes. Y'all some hoes because ain't no friends in boxing. Sorry. Ain't no friends in boxing.
This is like
and look at them. Because they're all being friends, look how terrible our sport is looking.
This reminds me when Jordan said about LeBron creating that team at Miami when he called up his friends and said, let's all play together. And Jordan said, I never called Larry. I never called Magic and said, yo, let's get together. I wanted to beat those guys. Yeah. And I think that translates to what you're saying. You know, you don't want to be friends with these guys because you want to beat those guys. And I can kind of see your competitive spirit. And that's what I needed to hear right there. What you just said is what I need to hear. Because you said, I don't even love boxing. But then you're animated when you talk about the dislike for the competition. Competition breeds that anger and it breeds that competitive spirit. And once again, that brings the passion out of you and the enthusiasm out of you. And I can hear you talking. I can hear it coming out of you. Yeah. And now I got my answer. All right. We got Teo still loves boxing.
Yeah, we want you to fight tomorrow. Like, we want to see it now. We're ready.
Yo, and I just checked my weight, man. 147 right now.
Now, you might make 40 come back with this enthusiasm.
147 pounds right now. We're about less than 3 weeks out. I stay ready. I had to lose to win. That's what legacy is about. I had to lose in order to win. And I know now that I have this crown, ain't nobody going to take it from me.
Teo, do you think the Bud Crawford fight, Teo, do you think it realistically can happen in 2020?
It can't. No, I believe it'll happen in 2025.
Okay.
That I believe. I think this year is lined up for me to generate what I want to push up. You know, I'm a businessman. I'm thinking so elusive. I pull out the Burger King and no one thinks like I do. You know, no one knows what I know. And I'm just trying to show the fighters like this is a better way to do it by just being a champion. Stayed out the streets, stayed out that club life, stay out from buying $200,000 necklace chains. I mean, I got over $600,000 of jewelry and nobody knows that. You know, where's my money and where's my jewelry? It's in a vault, in Chase, and no one can touch it. You know what I'm saying? You got to invest in yourself differently, you know, and I'm just trying to show the next generation, this is the way right here. We got a Sensi Water. The only fighter that really is going to bring that into the sport of boxing, I promise you that. I already have. I mean, I heard that they signed in Devin Haney and Tank Davis, if that's the case. So it's like all these things, you know, Bud Light. I'm the first fighter to bring back Anheuser-Busch into the sport of boxing, you know, since 15, 20 years. When it came to, see, the sun is coming out. I got to keep going. So when it came to beats. I brought beats into the sport of boxing. And then what happened? After I lost to Cambosis, who was wearing beats? George Cambosis and Devin Haney in Australia. When it came to, what's my other, Rain energy drinks. And now we got energy drinks coming to the sport of boxing. So I'm the guy that's bringing so much to the sport. And they know this. But the thing is, I haven't sold my soul.
We talked about the 4 kings, right? You're one of the kings. Who are the other 3 that you could fight and step into the ring with that could kind of complete that era or complete the 4 kings, with you being obviously, well, you're maybe the top king right now, the top fighter in that 140 division. Who are the other 3 quote unquote kings that could step in the ring against you that you'd like to see, or that people would like to see?
Step in the name of love. I mean, let me see, man. I think the only guy that's dumb enough to take it, because he has a lot of ego right now. I mean, for him to even call somebody that I know of just to be like, this is how I want my things to be presented, it just already lets me know it's over his head, and that's Terrence Crawford. I can't think of these other guys because they haven't made back the investors' money. I'll just tell y'all straight up. Devin Haney and Javante Davis or Wahid now, to Assalamu alaikum. When it came to all those things, I think that they still have to make their reruns first before they put them against me. And that's just it. So, you know what I mean? If you think about the business standpoint of it all, because I got to think about it now. Well, the only way I know how to maneuver that is calling them out and having the fans, the boxing true diehard fans, not these casuals, but like push it. It's the only way we're going to get these big fights. I mean, I contacted Devin Haney directly, just like Crawford and Spence. I talked on the phone and made the fight happen. This kid was like, I'm my own boss. I only talk to bosses and this and that and the third. I'm like, bro, we can make the fight happen. I mean, I got the whole ass arena for us if you really want to take it. And we can fight on Super Bowl week. We'll have a Latino. If we want to go off race, we'll have a black fighter and a Latino fighter. This could be the Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran from this era. Mm-hmm. You know, and he didn't see it that way because too much to lose. Way too much. Then where did we go from there? Right now, a lot of these fighters, especially after what I do to Jermaine ain't going past 4. And I can say that right now. Ain't going past 4 because I've been working very, very light with my fighters and I'm hurting them. My man strength is starting to kick in now. And I can't wait to like display on February 8th. You guys are going to see some next stuff. I'm even working on where they throw the same punch 1-2 and I block it with the same hand. And then I hit them with the same hand with 2 shots. You know what I'm saying? So imagine that. You know how, so it's like, throw that 1-2, boom, 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 boom. And it's like, yep. And I just did that with just one hit, just one. So I practice every day when I'm in the gym. That's why I go late night. I let the universe clock me in. My brain is just as a receiver, just like Nikola Tesla once said, you know, and that's what it is, man. Boxing is the beauty of everything. Boxing is the universe.
You know, you got the fight coming up on February 8th, but I want to ask you about something you posted on X. You said that it's important for fighters to be patient, and it was something that took you a long time to realize. What exactly did you mean by that?
I'm glad you said X. A lot of people call it Twitter, but it's actually the X app. You know, that's what it is. And shout out to Starlink and Elon Musk. So, excuse me. When it came to it, you know, I've been boxing for 22 years now, you know, but for 15, 16 years coming up the ranks, I didn't see anything. I didn't know. It was just a dream and a hope to one day make it. That's it. And what I'm seeing is a lot of these guys want that now, and they haven't even climbed up the ranks. That's what I mean. Like, just be patient. Be patient. You know, they just want to be rich now, and they were just thinking about the money. Like, for me, I knew that I'll get everything by beating the best guy in that division, by beating the champion that they said was number 1 pound for pound. And I thought that that's what I would get. But what happened? Like, they were mad. And I say business-wise, we're mad because they invested so much in Lomachenko that the odds were 4-1. And when it came to it, I mean, it kind of like flipped on me. It flipped on me, you know, and it flipped on me in a way of like, well, okay, I brought a new change. I showed everyone from my era that we could actually beat these champions. They say they are the best, you know. And what did that make? That made ProBox TV put a lot of young champions and the young fighters fight the best right away. And then it comes to it, you know, I'm just telling these guys, be patient. Everyone has their moment and their time. You know, I won't ever hate on someone that's shining brighter than me. All I will do is sit down, put my hat down, and just keep training. And one day it'll come to me as well. That's it. And I think a lot of these people just want to be like, oh, I'm a professional. Look at this kid, Nico Walsh, Ali. Okay, for instance, has his grandfather's name, half of his name, Muhammad Ali, right? That's his grandson. But the kid only had like 13 amateur fights, but they needed that money. They want to just bring him out. And look at him. Now he got to fight in Africa and no one even really heard about him. It's because desperation of wanting to be rich and famous. And it's like, no, man, you got to work your way up there. And the boxing guys are gonna respect you if you do it that way. If you don't, they're gonna disrespect you and you're not gonna be known no more. It's just what it is. You got to respect boxing. Boxing is alive, baby. And I know she called on to me. And look, every time you win the National Golden Gloves, you get what? A ring, a championship ring. So at 17, which is 8. And if you put 2024, it is 8. It's the year of when I got married. So this is just my honeymoon. This is what it is. I'm getting remarried to my sport of boxing and showing her that I love her more than all these other fighters because they don't do it the way Teofimo does it.
Yeah, great stuff.
Well, on that note, why
it's happening, guys? Are you guys ready to see boxing be great again?
I'm glad
you're ready to see boxing great again. I go off
the
numbers. God talks to all of us in many ways. I'll tell you this much, man. And Paulie, I know you loving this shoot right now. But I'm gonna tell you something.
You can tell.
I'm gonna tell you because he, as a boxer, you know what it is, baby. You know what it is. It's time. Boxing, she has finally spoken. And that's why I'm back. And I cried, man. I cried, but I was like, man, why? But I'm like, you know what? You made me who I am. It's the least I could do is pay it back to you, girl. I freaking love you. And watch me beat the bricks out of everyone.
There you go.
Well, before we get to the Ortiz again, I want to ask you real quick, I understand the passion that you're talking about with helping the fighters, the future generation, but why is it so important to you? And I respect that it is, and I love that it is, and I think more fighters should be like that, but why is it so important to you?
Because Jesus paid a debt he did not owe for us, and it's up to us to pay that debt. Anyone that follows, see, the thing is, they talk about the 3 doors or the mark of the beast, the 25, all these things. I'm going real deep now. So when they talk about all these things, I passed 25, but I dealt with a lot of Illuminati stuff, but I had to pass through all that. And when it came to it, you know, it comes to this, man. It's like somebody got to save these children. You know, look how much profanity, look how much pornography, look how much stuff is being influenced onto our next children, our next generation. I'm doing this so my son could see, hey, son, I could tell you way options are 2. I did it before when I was 25. Look how aggressive I came out of it, and they gave me a loss. They gave me a stain on my record. But now I'm going to show you, son, how you do it with love, with peace, with care, and showing them a different way by beating everybody with love. That's it. Just being generous about all the things that you do. Why is it so important? It's because when I die, right? When I die, my name won't be forgotten. It will be known forever. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a legacy is. A legacy is like is leaving something behind. We can't take what we make with us, but we can sure as heck leave it a lot behind. So this is what I'm gonna say right here on ProBox TV. And to Bruno Santos, I really meant this, and this is what I'm gonna do. My plan is with my promotion, anyone I sign, I haven't yet to sign anybody. I'm just been weighing my options, grabbing guys and helping them out, letting them and feeling the 1s and 2s of the business standpoint of boxing, because I'm still learning. I'm never better than anybody else. I'm always going to learn. I mean, I've been boxing for 22 years and I still learn something new every day. So that basically tells you that no one knows more than the next guy or the next woman or the next pronoun. I mean, so when it came to it, you know, this is what I plan on doing. Fighters that I get, they get a benefits. So they get health care, dental care, and eye care, along with a 401 retirement plan. So, and then I collect maybe 2-3% from them. And I say, well, this is actually not even going to me because I'm already a multi-millionaire. I already make tens of millions of dollars for the networks, including for myself. So let me just throw that over there for you guys. You guys know what you guys got to do. In case you ever go low on your money, I've been there where I've been low on my money. Well, you got your savings, you got your 401k. You can take that out, use that, and then you pay it back off in 3-5 years. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? But you got guys that are like, no one helps nobody. The devil says it. Nobody helps nobody. Well, no, bro. Well, I'm not the devil, son. I'm with God, child of God, and I'm gonna help a whole bunch of people, whether they try to kill me or not. They cannot, because I am in the clothing of Jesus. It just plays that role, man. This is spiritual, and I'm tired of seeing this. I can't see my son. He has my name, Teofimo the Fifth. Teofimo the Fifth. And if you know your commandments, you know what the fifth means. And I gotta hold it down for my kid, man, because I know they're not gonna make it a lot easier for him. I mean, they didn't make it easy for me. You know, there's not many Teofimos in this world for that reason. And I have a real duty at hand here. And as a man, I think it's the only best thing I can do is at least not let my son go through the sufferings that I went through. Give him at least a clear path. And along with those other kids. And from there, they could decide their fate. You know what I mean? If they want to take that long route or they want to take the shortcuts. I can only give them a guidance. That's it. I think that's all we can do. I'm a son of man. I think we all have something bigger than that. You know why they call it manifestation, guys? Because it takes man to feast I, which is God. So you bring from what's in the heavens onto earth to make everyone believe.
So
Teo's getting deep.
Yeah, it's deep. Definitely very philosophical.
At
there.
26, man, I'm not even there yet. I'm a baby. I'm a baby, guys. Because I took the time. I took the time to bow down. I took the time to say I am not number one. I am always going to be number two. Because number one is the Son of God, and He leads the way. You know, and they could probably put a label that I'm Christian or whatnot. Well, I'm just faith. I have a lot of faith. I don't really hold on to religion so much, because religion is like dividends. It's dividing us, you know. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of stuff for it, but I love everyone. I believe that there's a lot of truth in each religion. However, you know, it's like it's like the Legion of Doom, and they're reamping it with religion.
So let me ask you about that time off after the Taylor fight. And then this fight here with Jermaine Ortiz. What was the most important part of that time period after the Taylor fight and leading up to the Ortiz fight for you that helped you kind of rejuvenate ahead of this big fight Super Bowl weekend?
You know something, what really rejuvenated it for me was the fact that, okay, now I know my purpose. You told me what it is. See, the thing is, like, when you follow Jesus, when you follow like that path, He does give you a little bit of insight of your future, but He doesn't give you too much. If He gives you too much, then you might just slack. He gives you just enough to keep you moving and see more and see more. And I think by the end of this year, not only would I get the Sugar Ray Robinson Award of Fighter of the Year, I believe that I will get that 9-figure check that I know I already had to get freaking 2 years ago. So I'm not, you know, and the thing is, like, I know I could tell the Forbes list what they've been doing right now with my network. I could tell them continuously to hold it down and let's not show them. But I think I'm going to show the world that this is how you do it. Because everybody cares about money so much more than they care about faith, and so much more about what they care about with God, man. I don't want to say everyone. There's still good people out there in this world, but I believe that it's come to a times where they just got to put everybody in their place, and the only way you do that is by showing them. That's it. That's the only way. When they see me sitting back with a good network deal and they pay me 9 figures, and I say, yo, you know what? Post that, put it everywhere, post it. So everybody could turn around and be like, damn, Teofimo I actually want to be like Teofimo. Who's Mayweather? I don't want to be like Mayweather no more. That look how many sponsors, look how many endorsements he got. He got $5 billion endorsements already at 26. He got Walt Disney. He's got Anheuser-Busch. He got Nestle. He brought back Nestle. He got Nesquik. What the heck? Now he got Super Bowl. What the freak? What is this man doing?
Well, you know what?
You gotta get Fortnite. That's the big one.
No. Forget Fortnite, man. I tried Fortnite and they took it advantage. They started bringing the boxing, but they didn't give me not a check for it. So forget Fortnite. That's why they had a big downgrade. That's why they had to bring back the throwback of Fortnite. Nah, man. I'm not that guy no more. I am sorry. I am not that guy that they could just make all this money and not pay me. You're going to have to pay me this time.
You know what you said, Teo? You said you and boxing, you're back together. You two are back together. And February 8th, we get to see you in the ring again. And I have to ask the standard question, what are boxing fans going to see February 8th from you in the ring with Jermaine Ortiz?
I believe that a lot of people are going to see many different things. You're going to see a show before the show. We're bringing back the Prince Nassim times, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man.
Okay.
That's why they call it the
You're going to flip over the top rope?
Hey, no. I don't know about that.
I
may not flip over, but I'm gonna have a show before that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're gonna bring back boxing in an entertainment way.
You still do the flip after the win though?
Yes. Well, I didn't do it last time because you know why? Basically, God already knew that I wasn't done just yet.
I thought it was because there was too many people in the ring.
No. I was just like, you know what? I'll save it for another time. No need to do it. You know, but you know, that's the beauty of it, man. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. And what's greater way, man? I love boxing for that reason. I love it for that reason, man. And it's the truest sport and the most purest sport in spiritual realms, man. So, you know, I'm the king in the universe, baby. And it's all about holding it with that. I gotta serve. And that's what it is. Serving a greater purpose for God's children. And for I am one. And so are we all. I think we have forgotten our place sometimes. And, you know, to a message for Matias, you know, I ain't even gonna mention you, boy, because you overprice yourself. You don't want to fight. We've tried to make a fight with you. You say no. And then hey, Paulie, ain't it funny? It's like, oh, we're gonna do what Teofimo did to us after this fight, and we'll see if he could take this fight. Homie, I'm the king. I say what I want to do. You don't. y si quieres esa pelea y quieres pelear conmigo, vamos a llamar Chacal para decir pa afuera. Porque coño, brother, yo sé que tú quieres la fama, pero ya tú sabes, yo soy el más duro de duros. I am the strongest of strong. And you gonna realize that whether it is your time or not. I just take it in my hands to face whoever they put in front of me. Jermaine Ortiz is just a sacrificed lamb. And because everybody wants to know. See, the Haney's worked with Jermaine Ortiz, probably giving him insight. See, the Haney's, one thing about y'all, you need to understand, the Haney's got a lot of spies in this stuff, man. They bring a lot of these guys from Fight Hype and from all these other worlds, and they want to know what's going on. And I thank God because I know I had one of their spies in the gym that night in sparring. And I dropped my sparring partner.
Yeah, but now all that's gonna do is not get you the fight with them. All that's gonna do is make them stay away.
It's gonna make it harder now.
Hey, well, listen, guys, that's what it is now. And you think I want to actually keep fighting? Freak no, heck no. I already made it to the Hall of Fame. My whole goal was to be in the Hall of Fame. I did it at 25. The whole thing, they should be more proud of me that I'm back to help them out a little bit. But are we gonna see them fight me? Especially after what I do to Jermaine Ortiz. Man, he's either gonna go out. He's either gonna go out two ways. Mason Menard or Diego Magdaleno. And the goal is to make sure he don't get up.
Well, we can't win.
And from that point on, and I'm a speak it to existence. And then we just do the Muhammad Ali. Boom. The double greatest is back, bitches.
That's the way to end it
right there.
Close it.
That's the ender right there.
Ding, ding, ding right there. One last thing, Teo. When are we gonna see you in Plant City with your fighters here on Wednesday night fights? When you get your stable going?
No, you know, I have a lot of, you know, everyone's talking right now. Everyone's seeing what I'm doing as far as marketing goes as well. They're bringing a lot of young talent my way. I mean, there's a lot of young talent coming to Teofimo right now. I am that door. They're starting to realize it. All I got to do is just win that night, and that's the fun part. That's the easy part. The training is the hardest part. I think Paulie knows this. And well, I know he knows this. So when it comes to it, you know, right away.
All right.
My whole thing right away. So you guys will see me at ProBox maybe the month after or a couple of weeks later. You know, it doesn't matter. But I'm on it, guys. I really want to help these next fighters. And we could talk about building this whole thing with giving them some leverage, meaning benefits. I think benefits is definitely going to help the boxing world change for MMA too. Watch us get MMA fighters to come over here.
All right.
Oh, you know, it's the takeover. It's the takeover worldwide. And I'm here to anyone that wants to invest in it. I promise you'll make your money. Just give it some time. That's all.
All right. Yeah. Teofimo Lopez joining us here on ProBox TV. What a conversation with one of the best pound-for-pound fighters on the planet. All right, they go to fireworks behind him. There he goes.
The next fireworks come February 8th.
Yeah, it is going to be great. That's for sure. Don't forget, download the app and like and subscribe on all our social media platforms. Any shout outs, Teo, real quick? Any social media you want to promote real quickly?
Okay, so to everyone, well, first and foremost, I would like to thank the man above, the Son of God, Jesus himself, man. He has definitely paved my way. I am nothing without him and everything in his eyes. When it comes to it, though, man, I want to thank Bob Arum and Top Rank. Definitely want to thank ESPN for a great platform. Definitely want to thank you guys for this opportunity to express myself, to be myself, and not be judged. So thank you, ProBox TV. And to my father, I told everybody.